Clockwork kind of traps himself in his own oven, and you're healing up his target.
You know, be pretty nice against Phoenix because you can mana leak it, right?
Yeah.
I think now for the keeper is a bit different because that's also your mana that you're taking away. Rather give her. Probably won't be seeing that a lot. Phoenix pretty good against in the lane against keeper. That's the one weakness of keeper though.
10 seconds remaining. 5
they got a
seconds
PA.
remaining.
They get a 4th pick PA on Alliance. Like, insane. VP are so confident that they're just gonna own this Phantom Assassin. They really like know what matchups and what things can beat their strats, and watching this makes me believe that VP, they don't care if Nico Baby has a
turn to ban.
Their heroes are countering the PA. That's how they feel, because they're allowing this hero to go this far.
Yeah.
Instead of it.
To be honest, straight off the bat, how do you think this lane looks? Because it doesn't feel great to me, does it? PA
It doesn't.
with Coddle versus Phoenix Mars? That sounds painful.
10 seconds remaining.
It really doesn't look. I think Keeper of the Light is a pretty cool hero when he's played with like. Because those heroes don't mind you blasting their lane. Right? Some position 3s like it when you shove their lane into your opponent, so the enemy is being pressured. You can get all the creeps and you can. But when you play Keeper of the Light in the safe lane, it's a lot more awkward. Because if you shove the lane, if you shove your carry's lane, he doesn't get that bonus anymore. And the Keeper's camp pull normally is not. I want to see if Alliance are going to change something up. Get the Keeper to go in the off lane and have the Clockwork be the safe lane support.
10
Possibility of them kind of changing things up a little bit, but yeah.
5 seconds remaining. Virtus.Pro's turn to ban.
Virtus.Pro, their draft is.
Now, X with the DK and the DP. VP gonna have to pick
10
next.
seconds remaining.
I'm expecting Kunkka is not that good for
5 seconds
DPK
remaining.
to pick this game. There's a Death Prophet. Death Prophet is really good.
Maybe. Well, what else of Virtus? I mean, all right, really popular mid laners. I mean, we've seen Zeus like in games out. Zeus has always got to be considered. That said, doesn't really look like a fantastic Zeus game for either team, so probably not going to expect that one. I reckon it's probably Alliance are going to grab.
Alliance's turn to ban.
I think VP, they're pretty good with like a Void Spirit this game. It's a very good hero here. Snapfire. That's not bad out. I would love me some.
Yeah, for Virtus.Pro as well. I'm sure if they don't take it, then Alliance.
10 seconds remaining.
Alliance is gonna be. Gonna just look.
5 seconds remaining.
Gonna be a lot of options.
Virtus.Pro's turn to pick.
They ban off the
Snap,
voice.
Void, Ember. All right. Banned and.
Wow. Ooh. We have not seen this hero in a very long time. Let me take a look at when GPK last played Queen of Pain.
Certainly.
He has not played. He has not played co-op for this
10
team.
seconds remaining.
In Virtus.Pro.
Yes, Virtus.Pro. He has
5
not played co-op.
seconds remaining.
The last month he has not played.
Okay, so with
This is his first game.
I'm fairly sure he played it in ESL 1 Birmingham when he was playing for Gambit. I certainly remember him playing co-op quite a lot back then, but yeah, a long time ago. And now the Puck, the classic Puck co-op matchup between GPK and Limp. That's going to be
Good
interesting.
lockdown.
Yeah, very good hero against the Queen of Pain, I would say. You've got the leash, you've got the ability to dodge dagger. It's just generally a pretty good map board, really.
They're waiting to pick who will go mid. It's good because you got that base shift to dodge the Queen of Shadow Strike. Is still a very skill intensive map. Co-op can still do very well. Get a lot of bursts from the Queen. What's happening? Now they got the Death Prophet and the clock versus
10 seconds remaining.
Very good lane for a
5
All right.
seconds remaining.
range hero.
So, where do you stand on these drafts? Who do you think has the advantage, and who do you favor?
Both good. We have a little bit of more solid, firm draft. Keeper of the Light, I saw have a lot of impact yesterday. Still a bit shaky on the hero. Just very slight edge. Alliance, they need to do some cool stuff. They need to really bust out everything they have to get the early advantage. VP from there. Puck can't afford to lose mid. S4, he needs to take that early game range hero versus the 2 melee dudes. Really try to punish up. Maybe take that tier 1 tower. Plenty of space. Nico Baby is not. There's actually no ball.
That
Virtus.Pro.
Sven with Heavenly Grace, and Heavenly Grace is one of the best buffs you can have for Sven. Meanwhile, Nico Baby has nothing. I mean, I'm sure S4 will get a Solar Crest, but you know that's probably going to be it. I'm sure someone will buy a Solar Crest, but Sven as well. So in the head-to-head, weaker depends on how these lanes go and how the early mid goes. It's going to be a huge indicator on how this game is going to play out. So let's get into it. Game number 1 in this best of 3 elimination series here in the OGA Dota Pit. It is Virtus.Pro versus Alliance battling out against elimination. The loser of this series is done in this tournament. Their chances are gone to be them.
The winner will play against not Team Liquid, Team Nigma. I still,
Wow,
it's been over a year, and I still imagine them as Liquid, you know. Team Nigma. Team Liquid now play in this event.
No, they did not. Nigma did try out the exchanges. So down at bottom, you got S4 and Handskin hanging out, just kind of looking around. Ilias and Epileptic Kid, they are also Vision.
30 seconds.
Setting
to
eyes
battle.
on each other and seeing if anyone a little rune from one another. Top lane is going to be the Phoenix and Mars. That old classic combo, very, very strong though. It's classic for a reason because it just works. It just works. The arena with the Supernova later on, and in the lane, it's just kind of a lot of harassment. The Mars really appreciates heroes which can help him feel tankier, and the Phoenix does exactly that.
The battle begins.
My focus still is probably on the Keeper of the Light. I think potential on him. If he ever gets God's Rebuke, like if he gets close enough for Mars to cast that spell, he's just right. This hero only has 500 HP.
Yeah.
The worst starting HP pools in the game. And mid lane, Puck versus Pain matchup. Just so nice to watch.
Yeah, Puck
And look at
generally
GPK.
has the advantage in this lane, but oftentimes we'll see people just pulling the dagger. As we see here, Screaming Pain is going to be the starting point. So, mid lane pretty sleepy, and of course bottom lane we've got the Sven and the Omni Knight laning up into S4 and Handskin. Handskin of course on the Clockwork. And as on the DP, just going to be sucking away with the Spirit Siphons. 2 melee strength heroes makes this DP feel very strong down here at bottom. So I imagine Alliance are going to do pretty well on this bottom.
Happy. And Hanskin already playing the creep wave, as we see every
Radiant's
single
turret
game.
has been killed.
The position for hero. Bring that in front of Death Prophet's tower. And as for, like, they don't really have any kill potential. S4 really has to mess up. Actually. But can just constantly right-click this off.
And I was doing a local UK event about a month ago. One thing we noticed in that tournament was none of the position 4s were really pulling the creep waves for their offlaners, and they'd be in these like unfavorable matchups, or sometimes favorable matchups, but still losing because they just had creep control the entire time. And eventually somebody decided to start doing it, and then they're like, oh, and then everyone starts doing it the whole tournament, and everyone's pulling the creep waves past. They realize it's pretty damn good. Not something you want to miss out on. Hanskin doing a good job disrupting this Sven, who's trying to farm peacefully between his 2 towers. Just laying into Ilias a bit here as well down at bottom as these Radiant heroes are getting a little bit battered by Alliance. Plenty of regen though.
They go for a Bassi level.
Dedication honors us.
The extra mana regen for this. Gonna be a little bit. That's okay. They're just looking at XP in this bot lane. Eventually, Sven is just get out here and just go start jungle.
Creeps.
Stuff for him. Even so far, Wave is in front of Nika Baby's tower, so happy with that.
Yeah. And we see, FNG immediately going to utilize the fact that Nika Baby's just farming under his tower. This frees him up to go and do all the stuff. He can make stacks, he can be more efficient in the lane, he's going to make the double stack here. Like, this is why you want to have lane control. When you're playing in the safe, stops your support having to babysit you, allows you to get solo XP because there's just no threat if you die.
Nice already from finding an early ward and a sentry there. So if VP ever decide to go there, plant a vision, it's going to...
Oh yes, S4 taking a bit of damage in response, but Hanska just coming in, gets them both inside the cogs, and SL is going to be able to stick a straw into the both of them with the Spirit Siphon and just start taking away their HP. Nice trading again from Alliance in this bottom lane as they continue to lay the pressure onto these Virtus.Pro heroes.
Oh, ako siya, pero minsan...
In wonder towards...
Gonna say, I wonder who's gonna be actually taking. Most likely gonna end up. Right now, he's got pretty much full resources. Quap still waiting for that bottle to come back. A bit low on health at the moment, and in 10 seconds, the rune is gonna spawn. This big rune right now.
Yep, let's see. Save's gonna come in and try and wrap up this a little bit. Then he's gonna throw in the orb, but it's the Invis rune picked up by Save. He's gonna then going in towards the Phoenix, so not please bottle. Unfortunately for Limp and GPK, but first blood happens down in the bottom lane as they run down S4. Ilias and Sven get some sweet revenge as Hanskin goes off to try and get the rune, leaves the DP alone, and unfortunately S4 just didn't respect the damage which Epileptic Kid and Ilias could really put out.
Yeah, he got that level 2 Stormhammer skilled up on the Sven. It must have really not expected that happen. I mean, S4 was pretty much the last person I expected to actually die first. If you're making a good call there, while Hanskin did have to go help with the power rune.
Absolutely. Absolutely taking advantage of the fact that Hanskin was elsewhere. So that's going to put things pretty favorably into Virtus.Pro's pockets in the bottom lane. They'll be definitely happy with that, a bit of comeback potential as they can start to turn these sides into a range. Able to secure the bounty rune at least. There looks like it's Stevens on that rune.
Okay. Stop.
Is he going to TP to the orb and try and steal the bounty? No, he's not. Probably, he knows.
He doesn't know. He doesn't know, right?
Yeah, I mean, we have seen players just try and like invade sneakily, and if they ever think that, hey, this guy's got an empty bottle, they're probably going to be trying to min-max this one out and go and steal it, but not this time. Skin. They're just going to turn around and drop a bunch of spells on Hanskin's face instead, so he's going to be forced to cogs defensively rather than wanting to cogs aggressively. And this is really nice, that the way they just see this clock and they just drop all their spells in, it stops him being able to get anybody inside the cogs, which would allow S4 to get off the Spirit Siphon and the Crypt Swarm, so yeah, I quite like what Hanskin's doing in this bottom lane. Sorry, what VP are doing in this.
It's good. Again, it's a bit hard to pressure up S4. They killed him one time, but now he's level 5 already. And he's got 15 denies on S4. That's a lot of denies. This lane. Not gonna be happy about that. Only level 4.5. He might just go into the jungle now. He's like, alright, this lane looks pretty bad for me. I know the lane's pushing it catapult, but when Alliance can dive me, Omni, you just take over this. If you die, you die, but at least you get a bunch of get Hanskin taking the place. He knows what this tries to chase him out. He just moved right back around.
Goes down in the middle lane, tries to make the deep dive. He had a DD rune and wanted to try and finish off GPK, but the rotation in from Save turns it in his favor, and they will get that kill onto the puck.
Wait, that's interesting. Where was his coil on Limp. He just didn't skill it up.
Nope. Nope, didn't want it.
He actually went for the level 2 silence instead of the coil. Maybe that's what he actually needed to be able to kill GPK.
And now GPK coming into towards the bottom lane, full HP, full mana, trying to jump onto S4. He has got that Sonic Wave if he wants to try and bring down S4. Needs a little bit more damage than he's got right now. Again, he's just going to run away on the side, and it looks like they won't be able to actually turn this into a kill, unfortunately. Oh, never mind. Has comes back in. He's put the TP out. That's not going to happen, Sunshine. Good night. GPK will close the gates with a Sonic.
Coil, but
yeah,
he has a raindrop on the Phoenix, so he's actually very tanky. Look at this, yo, 940 HP. Not a squishy boy, that's for sure.
He's not. That's really not how you want to be spending your first few minutes as level 6 on Puck. You know, you want to be making these plays happen. You want to be trying to bring down these heroes. As Coddle's going to help him farm up these big stacks here. He's been making another one in the process. Loving the efficiency.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Very good XP and gold. On Nico Baby getting pressured up top all by himself.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
DM just
On the way here too. DM's got his ulti. Where would you rate DM as an off?
Radiant are scanning.
Honestly, I think he's the best offlaner, we've seen come into the scene in the Puck. I think he is very, very good. Yeah, I remember seeing him play mid for a team called Arkham City Esports Club, which was
Radiant's
him,
top tower
Fun,
is under
I think
attack.
German
yeah.
players, and he was kicking ass back then, and he was playing mid, and he was playing like Sanking and stuff, and trying to goofing around, but you know, you could just see the mechanical skill of this guy was actually insane. And not just that, but he always plays for his team. Like he always plays for his team. Like he's never greedy. He can be greedy if he thinks that's what's going to be best to secure the game. But yeah, he's just a guy that wins games, and that's what you want in an offlaner. Yeah, PM's a really incredible talent.
He is. I always see him just having a great game. No matter what hero he plays. And that's very impressive.
Yep.
Very nice dude too.
Outstanding on as well. Is he?
I heard him do the inner
Oh yeah.
open.
Yeah, I mean he's got a few heroes as well, which you can just kind of play to a much higher degree. As he does so on the Mars here, brings down FNG, catches him out, just uses mobility to get on top of him and get that kill. Mars as well. I think Sanking and Axe are definitely two heroes
Magnus
out on as well. Oh yeah. Meanwhile down the bottom lane, they're looking for the Phoenix safe on the tree line. They're going to be able to bring him down, but in comes the end, looking for a bit of retribution. He turns in the God Review, but unfortunately help, but in comes the Sonic Wave, taken down now. Samskin, but S4 still perfectly healthy. No, well, maybe not for long. GPK and Ilias trying to chase him down, but they don't want to stay too close because his X's are just constantly ticking through. It looked pretty from Virtus.Pro, but in the end, wasn't really that good.
Dude, that level 4 Spirit Siphon, look at build. He does not have that max out quick storm. It just healed him for so much, right? This Mars has 1400 HP. Phoenix also has a lot of health. The Queen of Pain with that Heavenly Grace is actually feeding back a lot of HP to S4 too. It looks like he might die, but that level 4 Siphon build is just spot on from S4.
Yeah, he did
So much presence.
500 damage in this early game fight. Very impressive.
Good use of the first Exo, just forcing people
Dire's top tower
getting
is
a kill
under
on
attack.
Mars. Otherwise, top lane.
Look at old Caster's Curse as well for DM. You know, we spend a bit of time picking him up, and then
Dire's top tower
it was a
is
little
under
bit
attack.
Middle,
not
Limp.
quite great.
Oh, he got the tower.
He will
Did it.
Beautifully done with the orb.
Radiant
Gone back after getting the last hit onto the tower. Very
Radiant's
nicely done from the
bottom
Puck.
tower is under attack. Dire's
That Blighted
top
Kid also going to take
has
top
fallen.
tower. But this mid tower dying, that's a pretty big deal. Alliance going to be able to protect the jungle much easier now too. VP don't really have that instant defend the mid lane.
Radiant's bottom tower
Trying to
has
play
fallen.
around here with DM.
Got the arena.
Didn't step too far. He turns around, drops down. The Dream Call trying to interrupt DM. Nice dodge on the spear. It's not going to be enough to keep him alive though. They will be able to drop the Puck. And VP going to be happy about that one as they dive in to the enemy jungle and even start to close out the map a little bit. But thankfully, Nico Baby's farming on the other side of the map. He is predicting movements of Virtus.Pro and playing where they don't want him to be, which is in this lane.
gonna wait for that Echo Saber
Radiant's bottom tower
play
is
with
under
CIS
attack.
on Omni Knight. I think the Echo Saber is the timing when VP want to take the mid. GPK also making his way towards the north. Gonna be having a pretty early Orchid and same time.
Radiant
Limp,
are
understanding that, going for the Euls, not a Blink Dagger blade.
Yeah, no E-Blades today. Thompson is playing really so that's more scary blades. Meanwhile, DM and Handskin having a bit of a lover's quarrel here as the cogs come down. The hook shot as well, just trying to hold him in place for as long as possible. Villiers comes in, throws down the heels, keeps DM alive and ticking. Alliance won't be able to get that kill.
I like the pace Alliance is playing at right now. It's not like overly aggressive, it's not defensive. Whenever they're try to go together, make something happen, and FNG has been making plenty of stacks in this game. Just help them keep up VP's farming. And PA is gonna have a pretty quick Battle Fury. We're looking at what, 15 minutes here?
Yeah.
Nico Baby doesn't die. That's like a 20-minute Desolator as well. Really good for him.
Yep, unfortunately, especially with the inbuilt Battle Fury is already farming pretty damn quickly across the map, on his way towards that Echo Saber and top of net worth currently, but once Nico Baby has that Battle Fury, we'll farm at a faster rate. Are you okay with the way Virtus.Pro has played into this PA so far? Oh, yep, hold the phone.
The smoke could be pretty big. This is a big smoke.
Shot it. Ben Ilias is here to try and clean him up though, in he goes, but the ultimate pop from FNG, trying to stun as much as possible. Gold Straight actually being popped and Levy will try and take this fight. Heel comes in, he gets killed. DA as well, they keep him alive. S4 comes through, needs to finish the job, but can he do so? They will get at least one, but they've been so much for this at this point. Omni Knight trying to get himself away. S4 is being beleaguered. They take down FNG in the back, and now the core come through, trying to buy some space, but it's not going to be enough to keep S4 alive. Limp just going to run himself back. Meanwhile, ping's coming out for Nico Baby. He's just farming
Radiant's
nearby,
bottom
looking to
tower is
maybe
under
get involved if it looked good. It didn't, so he didn't. They stayed back, and they're just going to hit that reset button. Although saying that, Nico Baby coming pretty far forward. GPK showing off his Orchid, and also getting the Arcane Rune there as well. So GPK going to be happy with that one. But yeah, I mean, the Sven staying alive for such a long time. They do get the kill in the end, though. So in some ways, worth it for Alliance, but they did lose a lot of heroes in the process.
They lost a lot of heroes, and deep means then gonna finish in 300 gold, and they're just gonna run straight out to the mid. If that hero did not come out in the end there, really bad for VP, because Clockwork would have still been alive, and they would have just go on to the Phoenix together, and at least maybe if they do lose some heroes on Alliance, could have been. Because S4 died as well, that's why it looked kind of bad. That being said, Nico Baby free farming the whole time, and Sven was dead, but he's very happy. He's got that 15-minute Battle Fury. He's going for BKB instead of the Desolator. Understanding that Mars, Sven, Orchid, like these are problematic.
Armor have a mission.
And now they go forward onto the Clockwork. That is a dead little robot. Knight Handskin. Top lane, Virtus.Pro really trying to get full rolling, finding that pressure. This is that high momentum Dota, which you have to fear if you are playing into this squad. You have to be ready, you have to have the counter players ready. And, well, this is one of them as they drop GPK in the middle lane. Very nicely done onto the quad by Limp and S4. And meanwhile, Nico Baby just farming up this bottom side of the map again and again and again. No one comes to interrupt him. Virtus.Pro, they really just want to find kills elsewhere on the map and try and pressure the objectives rather than chasing Nico Baby around the map.
Not really been able to find big Orchid play.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
I think this Orchid would have been nice, like bulking planning Baby or something. Been kind of delaying things on the side of VP. Oh, Sven waiting to finish. He has it now, but Quap is dead. Exo is going to be back up now. Level 12, by the way, on he's almost level 13. Jeez, he's having a great game.
Radiant are
You kind of
scared.
expected it, right? Laning into Sven and Omni Knight.
Yeah.
This great of a game, pretty impressive.
Yeah, I mean, he did have that one early on death, but definitely made up. You know, the Spirit Siphon's such a good ability in this game, staying alive through some clutching as well, like strength and plays with Limp. These two have been doing such a good job of opening the map up for the Phantom Assassin, but now VP are forcing a team fight. They indeed have the Echo Saber and the Mask of Madness coming through onto the middle tier 1 tower. Liz is here though with the Invis, gets his choices set up. He's going to lock down the two, but in comes the Supernova right on the head with the arena. Yules comes down, they're going to be in some trouble. S4 just trying to hold his ground, get as many Spirit Titans off as he can. He's doing exactly that. GA comes through, the hookshot comes down the backline. They're trying to bring down Queen of Pain. Can they do so? No, she flicks it off away. Meanwhile, the Mask in the middle, beleaguered somewhat as they drop down the Sonic Wave. Still not doing enough to bring down these heroes, and they manage to isolate an Athletic. Trying to run something away, not going to happen. Cut down by Nico, baby. A great fight for Alliance. Really beautifully played as they force out the spells from VP, but are able to dodge it. First the puck with the Yules, dodging the Supernova explosion, and the DP just connecting with all of these Spirit Siphons to keep herself alive. And in the end, you know, it's not an explosive fight. Only one kill in the end as the Sven drops, but still, very, very important kill.
I mean, all the ultis were expended in that engagement, and that was an amazing will-o-wisp. That just landed on all of VP's heroes. They didn't want to kill it. They tried to get out of it, but that created a very awkward situation where they didn't have that positioning any longer. VP, you know, like clockwork, they get their items, they go straight down mid lane to the tower. 5 heroes and Alliance, I think they did their homework. They knew that was going to happen, and they prepared for it.
They did indeed, but wow, Virtus.Pro, they're meeting their match here, you know. I came into this series thinking like, you know, the possibility to be a bit of a stomp for Virtus.Pro, considering the form they've been on recently, but Alliance have given their all, at least so far in this match.
I think
Nico baby is really starting to pull ahead now.
Yeah, he's just a recipe away from that BKB. That fight, even though they lost the Sven,
yeah,
it's enormous because they made their first 5-man move and it failed horrendously. Because normally when BP does that move, actually destroying the game after, because they will take the tower. If the enemy fights them, they get like 2 or 3 kills, and then they just completely take over the triangle area and everything. So this is the second attempt now.
Yeah, they're trying for it again. They know their cooldowns are slightly shorter than that of the Exo with Exo in 20 seconds. They're just going to try and bully them off the tower. Oh, Coil actually misses. Nearly catches out Save, but not quite connecting. And now I think Alliance just need to leave. But of course, the FSD looking like he's going to get left behind. The old man and his horse put to death as a tower shot.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
And they do get that tower, but they did manage to hold off for about 2 minutes on the side of Alliance. That did help PA finish up her BKB now. 19-minute Battlefield BKB. Defend Roshan now, and also have this PA involved in the engagements.
They're ready to go. They've got the BKB coming out on the courier now for the Phantom Assassin. Oh, and a nice little neutral item as well to give us some lifesteal, which we didn't previously have. Thank you very much, Vampire Fangs. Yeah, love an item. They are feeling fighting fit. Shame about that coil. Last fight, Lim tried to grab it on the Phoenix just as Save Icarus dived away, didn't quite land time, and therefore the coil gets wasted and there's no more defense possible. They were already lacking the exorcisms, so they needed a nice coil to get themselves a kill. Nevertheless, Alliance still a good play.
It'd been nice if that coil did land on the feet.
Yeah.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
At the very
Radiant
least.
structures are
But now they
fortified.
really start to take over the map. They go into the enemy triangle, pushing down the tier 1 tower. The last one left alive, the side of Virtus.Pro is going to probably be taken by Alliance. The counter aggression comes out from DP though. The Epileptic Kid pushing down the same mirroring tier 1. Kid's already in the neighborhood though. He might be thinking of popping something here.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Cash them. I'll do DP just quick and back together as a team. Here it would be very awkward. I do see FNG though. VP, they're like, that's the one we want.
Radiant are scanning. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Silence on the map as the killing has kind of stopped, and both teams are trying to work with each other. No one wants to be the one to make that big misstep. At the same as is the Sven. He's going to have his own BKB finish now. I kind of feel like Alliance should have tried to take that fight whilst the Sven was BKB-less and the PA had hers. Could have been a big advantage, but they didn't find anything, so they continue to still a bit of a goal advantage for Alliance. Do you feel like they're in a good position right now?
Alliance? Yes. VP? I think they're feeling a little bit uncomfortable. I'm not sure if it's
No
this much of a
sorceries
resistance
avail.
to play with Sven. But they do have the BKB now, so this is another timing.
He's going to interrupt though. He's going to pop the cogs. This is a slightly awkward engagement from VP as they can't get off that arena straight away. Hanskin might just be sacrificed. Alliance, what do they want to do here? Throw with the blinding light. Arena comes down. They're throwing so much onto this clock stopper. So they will get Hanskin. Meanwhile, S4 jumps in with a BKB, popping those through. Going to go uncontested. GA's going to come down, but that Ignis Sparta's holding back along with the coil, stopping VP from coming forward. But now they get on top of the Connor. Connor get torn ahead. Now S4 on the run, getting run down with the silence. No survival for Hermry. The Alliance, they are going to lose this one. And Nico Baby's actually in this engagement. Uh-oh. Can blink across the limp in just a second. Should be okay. But still a really bad fight from Alliance there. They kind of weren't quite sure if they wanted to really make it happen. Taking the 4-on-2, which eventually turned into a 5-on-5. But again, just not quite going their way in the end. What was the downfall of Alliance in that one?
I think they just hesitated. They saw that Arena was up spells, and they just wanted to sacrifice Clockwork. But S4 had another idea. He felt like he was really strong with his Exo and the BKB. So all of a sudden, Alliance is like, wait, are we backing? Are we fighting? And then S4 goes in. They have to follow up. They have to help him out. He's a big boy in this game, and ended up being not the right call. Fighting into a Supernova. Alliance were already thinking about getting out of there. If they just gave away Clockwork and got out, I think Alliance would have had a chance to take Roshan right after that, when Clockwork was alive, and take a better fight against VP. But I think this is the way VP plays, you know, they get their timings, they force something, and it makes you think, do we fight, do we not fight, you know, and they just take advantage of those errors coming out from the enemy team. And now they're starting to build up some momentum. Alliance is a little bit up on gold, but Epileptic Kid, he's feeling really good now. Going for a hyperstun. Is that an AC? Get some armor against this assassin, possibly?
Definitely. Yeah, armor into the Phantom Assassin and into the DP as well. Really good for this game, I think.
Again,
and immediately going to get a silence on perk. No follow-up though. They're not really committing very hard to this one. They don't really want to fight up into the high ground when they don't have that vision already down, so they are going to respect Alliance.
At least Alliance is very fortunate that this Roshan was not by VP already, so they got that opportunity right over there.
Bell going down, they get the ward on the high ground, which means they can follow through with the Torino. Where did they go? Alliance heroes just get swept off the map. This is a terrible engagement for Alliance as Virtus.Pro take down 4 instantaneously. Oh no, the hook shot missing, cutting through everybody, and then just setting themselves up for the easiest arena into Sven Cleave, into Supernova. They really had nothing to do with that Alliance, and they really tried to push hard to make that fight work, but unfortunately it was doomed from the start, and now Roshan is going to be their reward.
That was a double stun too, right? Like, S4 just can't afford to get disabled like that, get chain stun. Gotta get that Exo and the BKB off. On top of that, when Nico Baby, he blinked onto the Omni Knight, tried to kill the egg with the taxi, but he didn't click BKB, so he got instantly Yuled. Got stunned as soon as he came back down. Maybe if he killed the egg there, he could have got away, but also dying too. And now they get the Roshan on BP. The game suddenly looks so incredibly hard for Alliance now.
Symphony of BKB usages from Alliance really cost them heavily in their second team fight of the game. Losing 2 back-to-back, it makes this game incredibly difficult for them to come back into it. They do have Nico PA, which is always something you've got to consider. But now the hookshot landing onto the Phoenix. They always want to get this easy kill. Get the easy kill and maybe chain it into something else. And well, I mean, this guy has an Aegis. Probably not the guy you want to be committing to right now. They realize that. They'll just blast him off with some cogs and move on.
Dire's middle tower.
VP is also not interested in fighting right now. They got 10 seconds left on the Gosh round. You know this team, they're always going to wait for their cooldowns before they take these engagements. But now that it's up, and he's like 100 gold from Playmill, they might just finish that and start running at Alliance once again.
Supernovas have been completely unstoppable inside these team fights as well. With the arena and with the Sven, and it's just too much damage, too much control, and too much kind of AoE to just run in and attack the egg together. Like, you will just die on all your heroes if you try and do that. So the Supernovas really are free.
Not only that, Phantom Assassin is not very happy hit either.
No.
They don't have the option to even us. Save decides to just go in, Rambo stop dying.
Yeah, and that's not gonna happen.
I was to
Unless
say that.
we just
no, man.
discussed him.
Yeah, yeah.
It
That's
doesn't
what I was
happen a
thinking.
lot recently, yeah. That Epileptic Kid running onto the high ground once again, looking for a target. See, Limp blinks away. Nicko Baby as well, just use the blur. He has been pinged out by Save though. And look, PA is nearby. 13 seconds, there's no creep camp there. But fortunately, the investigation's only carried on so far. S4 actually initiating onto Epileptic Kid here. Now, this is the guy with an aim to the BKB. Roller goes over the backlines with the puck. Puck immediately going to speed up to a tree. Something we're going to cut through as a Limp almost losing his life. Burrows down the heels, but now he really comes down. Haskins probably going to be the one to die here. The puck is able to get himself up. Oh no, he dies and then buys back to the tower. Immediate buyback. Now they go with the Ignis Spiders, trying to plant the mask quickly as possible, but the save comes in once more from Ilias, just keeping his heroes alive, using all his heals onto the Mars, and now the pitch getting completely cut as the Supernova comes down as well. They're trying to reset on Alliance, get themselves back. 2 buybacks though. They need to make this fight happen, but they can't find the pickoff. They don't have the hook shots, they don't have the cap, don't have a coil either. They jump in though with the silence, then trying to take those front lines, using the data to buy teams space, but Nicko Baby just jumps straight past him, takes down Ilias, and now just trying to fight into GPK. GPK, they're surprisingly tanky as they take down the Sven for the first time. He's going back to life. It's as back out from the Omni Knight as they back themselves way on Virtus.Pro. A really costly fight from Alliance, and it's really difficult to say they come out with the win there. Yes, they take down the Aegis. Yes, Nicko Baby gets himself a kill or two, but still, the buybacks from Alliance, it's just not enough for them.
They got 1 kill onto the Omni Knight and he bought out. Maybe if they kill him again, that's when it's really worth it for Alliance. But yeah, Limp buying back there. Not gonna feel too good about that. Hanskin, same thing. They just keep kiting so well. Actually, on both sides, honestly. Like Alliance, they got away from that Supernova, came back, tried to make the best of the situation. It just wasn't enough.
Hanskin getting bullied,
Oh, no.
unfortunately. He's not getting
Hanskin.
out of this one. The
Radiant's
purification will
bottom
finish the
tower is
job.
under attack.
That's 70 seconds. He's gone for, and this is gonna be tier 2 tower dead for Alliance most likely. Epileptic Kid just decides to push all the way in.
Look, he had dreams of Ags, and I believe he had like 1,200-ish gold towards it earlier on. But a couple of bad
Still at the same place.
fights, and
He had to buy back. Very unfortunate. Also, did you see how many gold heroes there were in the last fight? Everyone was just BKB'd.
Dyer's top
BKB.
tower
right,
is
yeah.
under attack.
They were all just BKB'd in one engagement. I'm like, wow, that looks really scary.
yeah, just dropping him with the BKBs, and anyone who's not BKB'd is going to get heavily graced up by Ilias. Like, these heroes just aren't falling. That is the problem. No one is.
It's the Will-O-Wisp. The Will-O-Wisp is like pretty much forcing all of VP's heroes to like pick the BKB right away too.
Dyer's top tower has
The
fallen.
fights.
Quirk and G-Spot as well.
Radiant's
Making some
bottom
stacks in
tower
enemy
is
jungle,
under
farm them
attack.
up with his Illuminate. Get money any way he knows how.
I mean, he's got good items. Cape, mech. Pretty big position 5.
Dyer's top
that
tower
is
is under attack.
pushing, buying some time for his allies.
I'm sure Collapse is going to. His current Collapse is a little bit too.
Oh, it's like what, the worst axe, right?
Probably. Good. I would say Turbo. It's the best.
Oh, definitely. Turbo's axe is a
Hope you'll see something cool come for Con. But not right now. Probably not going to be buying that. He's actually going for a Solar Crash. Just wants to buff up his PA a little bit further. Thought that would be the Nature Prophet, the Death Prophet's job, but she's instead going for the Sheep's Guard.
Dyer's
I like that
middle
item in
tower
this game.
is under
Does seem
attack.
very strong. Still a way off though.
You need the armor. Playing as DP and playing as Mars. S4 was a pretty good game, but just a couple of bad engagements to put him back. The
Yeah.
Queen of Pain has overtaken
Fearless.
Death Prophet by a lot now too.
Yeah.
Pretty much an entire big item. PK going for MKB next. Wants to be a Phantom Assassin killer as well in this game.
Yeah, but Alliance are doing a really good job right now of just kind of pushing out the side lanes and being very annoying.
Check Epileptic Kid. I did not click him for a little bit, like 2 or 3 minutes, I think, and look what he's got. An entire MKB complete.
Finished off that AC a little while ago, now whips out an MKB from nowhere. Yeah, he's just pulling items out of somewhere we don't really want to know about. It's terrifying. And now the PA is going.
And this is to do with that. Exactly. He's gonna be extremely. She was already scared to jump to the fight, even though she had a BKB, right? She couldn't find the angles to be able to blink in, and now there's an MKB on the Sven. Not only that, these supports from Virtus.Pro are very hard for Nico Baby to deal with. Omni Knight has a Ghost Scepter. Every time he gets daggered, he instantly pops the Ghost Scepter. And then Save has Yule, 2600 HP, can just pop the Supernova. How many good targets to go on? Nico Baby.
Indubitably, it's not quite the situation you want to find yourself in. Titanic might help. Unfortunately, when crits come in, sometimes you just can't, well, damage from straight up damage they've got here with these items.
Under attack.
To return the hits in time. Hopefully, PA will be able to survive these engagements, but
scanning.
I don't know, man. It's feeling difficult. VP have shown absolutely no hesitation in just jumping in, blowing up these heroes. When they commit to a fight, they go for it. Alliance have not been showing anywhere near the same amount of commitment to the engagement. I think that's probably would be their biggest downfall in this fight. I've seen a few where they've just like held back on 1 or 2 seconds, and then that's what's cost it for them. But now this is decisive. They're smoked up as 5. They're going for the wraparound into the triangle. Virtus.Pro, they're hyper aware of this though. They're in the area. Let's see what happens. It's going to be revealed. Throws a dagger immediately in towards, but the arena comes down. Controlling up hands get super very far back, but on the high ground they can't really fight into this. And now the heroes are getting blown. GPK comes forward with the Shiva's Garden Scream as well. Hands and FG are already dead. They're trying to still fight up into them, and they have actually killed the Sven. Now GPK is going to be the next target. Nico Baby with the BKB ain't nothing to mess around with. The jump on top of Ilias. Ilias going to pop the GA to try and get himself out of this one. But I mean, the Sven going down is just such a big deal. That was a puck axe coming down. He was not ready. And now, well, the buyback from Epileptic Kid. Uh-oh, Nico Baby's in some trouble. He's getting the blink strike up onto the high ground, but gets pinned to a tree and killed off instead. The buyback from Sven, it gets him the kill onto the PA. Maybe they can get S4 as well with her spider legs. She's a quick little lady. Follow the ghosts, CM. Follow the ghosts. I'll tell you where to go, but it doesn't look like anybody else is looking to chase down S4, so I don't think it's going to result in a kill. But wow, what a crazy fight. I did not expect the Sven to want to buy back there, but he did. He gets them a kill onto PA, sure, but now there's a bit of opportunity for Alliance to take the next engagement.
If they get the Roshan, then it's completely fine.
True.
Pop back there, right? He's got pretty much, full items time being anyway. He just needs Aegis, and it's going to be up very soon. Alliance, that was an incredible fight. That snap from the Sven and Omni Knight not being close enough to be able to get that Guardian Angel off the Sven. Like, he takes a lot of damage from the Desolator of the Phantom Assassin plus the Death Prophet ultimate, the Exorcism. He has to be a little bit careful not letting himself get snapped. Dream Coil.
Yeah, I mean, that was a reveal, so you can kind of forgive him for falling to it once, but next engagement, they're going to be aware of it. Now Roshan is being taken. Oh no. You can't let this go, Alliance, but at the same time, without a PA, it's very difficult for them to actually have that PA. They're going for it.
You can rocket.
They've got the Ignis Fathers, they've got the rockets as well.
He's gonna have to hook shot in right now.
There's no way, there's no way.
DM is blocking it.
Has fallen to the Radiant.
I remember the days.
Around, just making sure.
Remember the days when hookshot into stealing Aegis and stuff was a thing? Nowadays, everybody knows it's coming. They like literally surround that pit, not let the Clockwork even get close to hitting the target.
They know what's going on. Clock. There was a time. There was a time. There is one play you can make though when you have access to refresh it, so you deliberately hookshot onto one of the heroes defending it, just jump to the other side and then hookshot in again. So yeah, pretty advanced. Don't see it very often, but it has happened.
Radiant's turret has been killed.
He's trying to to hold this high ground. They're going to go for this fight. Hello? The S4 popping the exorcism, committing pretty hard to this. Hook shot again missing. Oh no, and now they just controlling up the clock. They don't want to miss again. They're going to try and take down the Supernova. It's one hit. They won't do it. Oh no, they've lost the go baby. They're going to lose S4 as well. Talk about it, FNG. He's trying to run himself away. Not going to happen. Oh, they couldn't kill the egg. Epileptic Kid gets in, cleaves through these heroes, and now they're running up the high ground with an Aegis. The Lions, they must have made their last play here. It was so close to working, so close to bringing down that Supernova, but then the Sven come through with the big damage, and that is it.
That's what he's done, man. Queen of Pain and Sven. This Phantom Assassin needs to be killing one of them and not the egg.
Yeah, they really do. I think heroes about it before this. Egg is just huge bait. If you go and try and kill it, there's way too much AoE damage on GPK and Epileptic Kid for you to actually kill successfully without losing all your health.
40 seconds on PA. I'm not sure they're gonna stop here. They don't have the God strength. That's why they're going back. They're actually playing it very slow right now. VP, or not slow but safe, because they know PA could potentially have a buyback. We know he doesn't. They don't know that.
Yeah, a little bit surprising to me still. They did have creeps coming onto the high ground, but just erring on the side of caution.
Yeah, this is the safe way for sure. You got the game down. Oh, Mr. DX. Oh, he's gonna lose the gem? Oh no, he gets it.
All's well, all's well. FNG trying to make some plays, but unfortunately didn't quite work out.
That was pretty funny actually. If he actually got the gem and somehow got away from there, that would have been cool. But when you drop the gem, it provides like vision, right?
Yes.
So he saw FNG like on top of the gem, and that's why he was able to get that.
Clowny though. Now without their Ignis Vardas, this could be a pretty tricky high ground defense, Steven.
That's a dieback.
Radiant's top
So
tower
maybe
is under
wasn't the
attack.
coolest play, dying.
Radiant's top tower has
Got
fallen.
the God Strength too.
Yep.
He has an
That's
Abyssal Blade. Then too.
And again, if you're going to land a hook shot, now's the time to do it, but they want to wait. They want to try and wait it out. 25 seconds, they've got a bit of harassment, they've got a fortification which is now over. And GPK going to jump in, looking straight forward onto Lip. Supernova coming down nice and deep here as they take down one, and the Pug's going to throw himself into the air, think it's back down, he's going to get murderized. There is a buyback available. We're going to use it. It's going to be a 4-on-5. Oh, they're actually having to run into this before Coddle's even up. That's 4 trying to make something happen, just running around with these ghosts, but now GPK jump 5 times, but Nika Baby looking for the response. Cheese out from GPK, keeps him alive. The Mega Creeps have been gone. Now Battle Lines find anything from this. Dual Yules coming out as they take down FNG on the side. He comes back to life, does get off to the Ignis Vardas. Sven tries to take it down, but it's just going to get controlled up by it. Nick Baby, he needs to commit to this because they're facing Megas now, but they just don't feel like they have the manpower. They want to try and wait out the clock, maybe. But I mean, they've been negaed here. It seems so unlikely they're actually going to be able to hold on to this one. They will try for one final fight, perhaps, or they might just let VP relieve. And yeah, it looks like that's going to be the call. Oh dear.
Try to off from us, and Nico Baby needs to make his way into a rapier, hopefully.
There it is. Yeah.
There's a quick buy right now.
I mean, even for Nico, maybe. I feel like his chances are slim. %1 chances at a game. The 1% comeback. Well, I think I'd agree with that. I think 1% seems like.
Quite generous.
You get good decimals.
We might have to looking at this game. But you get the PA factor. That's the one thing they got. This game will take another 30 minutes if Alliance have a shot at winning this.
VP have to mess up spectacularly, I'd say, to not win this game. Or Alliance make some absolutely crazy plays. Let's see.
Cup, they need to win this fight.
Dagger with the cross. Counter over damage on Swift with the Hex on the Death Prophet. They hook shot in, but it's got nothing for alive. They'll take it down. These golden heroes smashing through everybody that comes in their way. They do have a buyback on hand. He's going to try and do something here, but Nico maybe jumps to the engagement. He has got that Satanic trying to keep himself alive. Can he out DPS his Sven? No, he cannot. Sven is too damn big, and DPP are too damn strong. They'll take down everybody on the side of the eyes and claim that GG. From their cold dead lips. Game number 1, it goes the way of Virtus.Pro. It looked so close. Alliance, they looked like they were doing great, but then the moment they start team fighting, Virtus.Pro remind everybody